Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things planning, journaling and stationaries. Thank you very much for tuning in to one of the episodes for Bungu-mas. Bungu-mas is the new word I just created this year. I had the inspiration from blogmas or vlogmas or podmas. The idea is I share all the 25 videos related to all the stationery that I really enjoyed this year. Bungu means stationery in Japanese, so I thought it might be an interesting word to put before the mas. So this is Bungu-mas, and I'm kind of surprised. We are getting quite into midway through the episodes. This is the 11th one, and today's video is a bit unique. Normally I talk about planners or notebooks, pens, so like a main stationeries that I'll be carrying around with me all the time. But this one is kind of bit of behind the scene situation. So today I want to share all the things that I use so that I can use my personal size Filofax. So if you follow along, the one video behind or previous video was this Filofax Napa, the one that I purchased in March. I've been really enjoying it since March, and it's been aging nicely. And this is my everyday carry. And yes, there has been some ups and downs and a bit of a pause to like really redefine what I want to do with the personal planner. I think if you followed along, that was like back in June, July. But overall, I really like it. I feel like I found the personal size ring binder. Like I found a piece in the personal planner this year, somewhere around September. And September onward, I've been very enjoying, genuinely liking the creative aspects and also the flexibility of all the inserts that I can cut and put inside. So just to give you an update, I have never purchased a printed insert. So all the inserts that I use here, apart from the one that came with the physical planner when I purchased it, so like this thing, or I'm not sure if I have the colored one somewhere here, which is so pretty. But apart from the one that came with the original official ones, I haven't actually purchased any of them. So all the inserts that I have been sharing in the videos are, apart from the very few that I actually created, they are all freebies out there. This year I have invested a lot to actually get the planner itself, so I have not purchased any inserts online. I've been eyeing on so many things, and there's a specific 2025 dated thing that I want to purchase so that I can level up my planner life. But aside from that, I have decided this year I'm going to stick with what's available as free, so that, you know, I explore what I want, because if I start purchasing everything, you know, it can just go overwhelmingly too much. Lots of cost added to run a planner. So that was a strategy. I really enjoyed it. And here are the 4 things, actually 3 plus 1 thing that I'm actually using it on a quite a regular basis to maintain my Filofax life. So first things first, the main big player is this one. Ta-da! So this is the guillotine paper cutter. Living outside of Japan or any other like office supply, like where we have plenty of stationery office supply products, it was very difficult to find a paper cutter here in Africa, and this was only available. Well, luckily I found one at least. So this was the only one available at one of the local Chinese imported shop. So yes, it is huge. I don't think I wanted this like huge guillotine things in my house, but when I went to look for it, this was the only available items, so I went to get it. This was around like $50 worth when I purchased, so it was a big investment on top of this. So this and this has been a big purchase this year. So that is also why I decided to just stick with printable. And if I can't find the printable that I like, I actually made some for myself. So that's how I've been running the first year of my ring life. So this is what I purchased, and yes, it is big, but still I can manage. It sits somewhere in the shelf, and it was a bit difficult to figure out how to cut nicely in the beginning, but as I've been printing a lot of things, cutting, testing all the things, I think I now got some way to manipulate this one. So this is the main thing that I use on a, let's say, twice a month, because I always find something interesting somewhere in the midst of the months, and then I add something, or so this is something I use, and every time I use this, I also use this one. So this is also one hole punch. This was the only hole punch that was available when I went to get it, so they come from the same place, and they didn't even have like a 2 punch. This was the only one. So I was kind of thinking I wanted to get the 6 punch one, but on the other hand, I was not sure if I really like this personal size since it is the first year. And I was thinking maybe in the future, if I want to switch something, maybe I'm not sure what to, like if it's good to invest in 6 ring punch thing, or if I would switch size in the future. Oh, actually, like I think most of the punch, the multiple hole punch, you can adjust. So maybe it's not a big issue if I'm now thinking about it. But but anyway, so I got, this was the only one available, and also this is just the one punch, so I can punch for A5 size, personal size, pocket size, whenever I feel like switching the size. So yes, it is one punch. So every time I take 4 or 5 sheet of paper, punch, 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 punch. So it is a bit of an exercise, but as you know, I am a very stationery love, paper loving person. So it is a bit of exercise in terms of this, hand gripping muscle. But I really like the process of cutting and punching. It is like a peaceful, zen, mindful activity for me. That's how much I have developed habits. So those are the 2 things that I really, really enjoy. And there's also one more item that I actually really enjoy. This is a whole reinforcement label. This is, I don't know if you have seen it. I remember seeing this when I was growing up. I don't know what my parents was using this for, to be honest. So it's basically like a tiny, let me just take one out. Tiny, I don't know, is it visible? Maybe I should do this. Like a donut shaped sticker, plastic, and you put this onto the hole. So then it becomes much more stronger. So of course I don't put this on every insert that I have, but for the one that I've been using in a like multiple months, like daily planner, they'll be okay. But the one that I actually put it is like an annual tracker thing that requires a bit of a strength so that it doesn't break in the midst of the year. I have put the stickers, and this has been great because when I had no sticker in the beginning, within like 2 months, I noticed some of the, especially the top ones, because I, turn around a lot. I noticed the edge was already ruined. So I don't think it can stay for 12 months without falling apart. So this is something that I really enjoyed, and I think this is, I can recommend this to whoever is just about getting ready for 2025, printed annual calendar or annual tracker thing that you feel like you would have in your planner for 12 months. And one more item that I have is this cutting mat. I've been seeing like lovely cutting mats this color, or mostly like the dark green color. And I saw this at $1 shop in Japan, and even if it's $1, I always debate. So I had been like eyeing on it. I didn't get it at one first visit, but because I do cut quite a lot, and when I cut on this big one, sometimes it doesn't go so straight. So I kept saying, I wanted this so I can adjust after the main cutting if I want to. And I purchased it. I think I used it like once or twice. But one of the things I noticed related to this planner life, like DIY printable life, is that I think it's because of the ring. The ring is like, of course, it's not flat. So because the inserts will be inside the ring, it really doesn't need to be like super, I don't know, I have a bit of a perfectionist tendency, but it really doesn't bother me if the inserts are not like perfectly cut on a straight. Some are slightly bigger, or some are like a bit not a perfect rectangular situation depending on how I cut. But because it sits on this already not a straight edge, when it is combined together, it really doesn't make me like, it doesn't give me an itch. So that was a big surprise. I thought like printing and cutting might be, you know, I might don't like what I do, but like surprisingly I'm okay with what I'm cutting here, and even if it's sometimes not perfect, I don't really readjust anything. So I bought this with the excitement of, you know, expanding more cutting, punching experience, but this is just like a decoration. I do put them somewhere here and there when I shoot the video, but so far it's been looking for some more usage. So this is kind of like fourth item which is not really used. So just a recap, I use this very often together with the punch. And one thing that not many people talk about, but something that I really enjoyed, is this whole reinforcement label. They come in lots of packs, so I think it's very worth the cost. The cutting mat, visually very nice to have, but I realized I'm not really using it. So those are the things that I purchased this year to make the DIY planner life possible, and they'll be with me moving forward too. It was an investment, so I just need to use it for another few more years to make it count. So thank you very much, and see you in the next video.